Hi everyone. Well, I bought some of these 433 megahertz transmitter receiver modules off of eBay. Yeah, the real cheap ones. Um, wasn't wasn't expecting too much, but I've actually kind of been pleasantly surprised. This is the transmitter module here. This is the receiver module. The hookups couldn't be much easier. There's power and ground, and there's a data line on each one. The receiver module, if you look closely, I don't know if we'll be able to get it on here. The data line is actually shorted on those two center pins, so you can pick either one. It doesn't matter which one. So what I've got over here is actually my second iteration. You might notice that besides the transmitter module there, it looks like there's another module there that is in fact a DHT11 module, and it does temperature and humidity. And here we have the receiver board and another DHT11. The idea here was that maybe I could do a thermostat with some wireless remote temperature sensors, and the receiver here, I actually have a RTC module, real-time clock module, that I'll be hooking up so I can get the time of day and keep an accurate track of what's going on without having to worry about counting millis or things like that that are inherently inaccurate. So what we see here, let's switch to the screen, give the camera a minute to adjust. I'm going to zoom in down here towards the bottom, and what you're seeing is the receiver module, and it displays RX for itself and TX and receive something from the transmitter. So if I go ahead and hit the reset button on the transmitter, we'll see the transmit, there it is, transmit setup, and it starts over, and that count starts over at 0. And then likewise, if I reset the receiver module, we'll see a RX setup message there, and then it'll just pick up where it left off. The idea behind doing the count was you can watch that number increment, and if it jumps by more than 1, then you know you missed a packet. Basically, when I start actually parsing these values, I might put some kind of an error detection or a warning in there that a packet was dropped. But there you have it. Serial communication, sending temperature and humidity information back and forth between a 433 megahertz Wi-Fi transmitter and receiver module. One other kind of cool thing I liked about this is if I unplug the receiver module and plug it into battery power. Sorry, I couldn't do that with one hand. I actually get a kind of an interesting signal strength meter. I don't know if you can notice it, but the red LED blinks every time this receives a packet. So as I move away from the transmitter, you'll see we're still getting signal. It's still blinking. There we kind of got it back a little bit. Seems like it might be a little intermittent. I was playing around with different antenna lengths, and so I don't know if I have a horribly out of tune antenna, but I can get to almost across the room, and you can see it looks like we kind of lost it there. We're still getting some intermittent signal, so definitely antenna tuning is in order, and I think I'm going to have to solder another antenna on here to get the better signal. I think I started out with something around 6 inches, and it's down to about 4 now. I just snipped off a little at a time and tested to see how far I could go before the LED quit blinking. So actually it turned out to be a nice little feature having the LED blinking in there. You can see that if you take a look at the code. I'll put a link to the GitHub repository for that, and you can download the code and play around with it. And I hope this encourages you to buy some of these cheap little modules and start doing some wireless communication with your Arduinos.